haven't officially been diagnosed. I've been told, like, I had meetings at school and doctors and stuff, and they said if you went for diagnosis you would get. It's like, but they tell me there would be no benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something I didn't really. I considered it before coming to university, but I wouldn't have got any benefits, so I didn't see the point. It took me a while to settle in. I actually became prone to panic attacks, but they were really good, and if I was having an attack they'd take me outside, and if I was really bad they'd make sure I called someone to come and get me or meet me so I could go home, and I've pretty much stopped having them now at work. Yeah, they were really, really good about it, but it was mainly panic attacks, or if I wasn't really feeling up to working on tills, and I'd be assigned to the fitting rooms, which I prefer, and they like the fact that I'm OCD, because it means everything gets organised in there. Everyone has their days where they don't feel like working, so it's just a matter of keeping an eye out for each other, making sure that somebody who's having an off day, that they're feeling okay, and if it gets too much, then someone steps in and helps them out.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want any special benefits, and I wouldn't want people lurking around waiting for something to happen, so I don't think I would tell anyone. If it does ever come up in conversation, it's I can relate to that kind of conversation, or if somebody says something I'll turn around and go, no, hang on a sec. I think I prefer voluntary because it means that I don't feel as guilty if I'm having a rough day, sending them a message and saying I'm sorry, I can't come in, because there's always a queue of people ready to cover. Whereas with paid work, I feel, they're paying me to be here, I'll go in. And I'm normally like, if I'm having a bad day and I still go in, then I'll be fine throughout the day. It won't affect me, because when I actually get started on something, it'll go away, but the feeling of dread before going in, sometimes I do feel more comfortable with the student union turning around and saying, I can't do this today, I'm sorry. I've requested that I move departments so that I don't have as much going on around me. So I still have my main department, but I'm only called there if I'm needed, and I'm actually somewhere else now where it's quieter, because they know that if I'm having, there'll always be something for me to do in there, whereas if I'm just stood around, because working on tills sometimes you have quiet moments, so in those quiet moments I then go somewhere else, and so I know that when I start I go somewhere else. I also have a bottle of rescue remedy in my bag, so if I feel that I've got a panic attack coming on, I either go to the fitting rooms, because the girls in the fitting rooms are really understanding, and they'll let me sit for a few minutes, and if I can't get it under control, then the supervisors will let me know that I have to go upstairs and take some rescue remedy and calm down, and then I can come back to work. So I know that I have to have precautions in place, and then I have to know roughly what I'm doing that day, and I'll feel a bit unhappy if my routine gets changed, but I know that's part of the job, so I do what I can. I know that I've got to get up at this time and I'm going to do this today, and when I come back I'm probably going to do this and this, so everything is planned out in my head, and I can do some deviations from that, but I can't really have surprises sprung on me. I need to know coming up what's going to happen. So I know that tomorrow I'll get up at 7:30. I'll leave the house at quarter to 9. Start work at 25 past 9. Finish work about 22, and then I'll either meet my parents and go to the cinema, or I'll come back here and watch TV with one of my housemates. And I know that it's one of those two options, but those are the only two options for me tomorrow. Sometimes they'll ask me if I can stay, and I can compensate for about 2 hours more, so I can do 6 hours instead of 4, but if they ask me to stay really, really late, I have to have known the week before, and they're completely understanding of that I have to have known the week before, but I can't really do much of a deviation. I know that if I'm having a bad day at work, I know that I'm coming back and I'm going to be in the house in a safe, somewhere I feel safe.